Ooh, welcome everyone to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean Stacking the Money Green. Give me a follow on Twitter at Sean T. Green. And as always, Daily Juice is being brought to you by BetMGM. Use a promo code JUICE and a $10 bet turns into $200 in free bets if either team scores a touchdown. Good for college and pro. Restrictions apply. All right, let's get to it. We got Thursday night football. For that, we got to hit the recap. Unfortunately, not an amazing recap, 1-3, but man, this is just it's a Wednesday night debacle of blown leads. First off, well, this one was never in doubt as far as losing bet. Nets, they got worked. The team looks gross. I mean, I was down on them. Like I said, I like the under on their win total. I thought this might be a spot for them to show up. Game one, hey, new season. The vibes are going to be high. And then like halfway through, I'm like, wait, I bet on a team with Ben Simmons? I know he wasn't the main issue, but 2 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 fouls. Call that the Sean Green stat line, all right, Ben Simmons? And yes, I do get 5 rebounds. Hashtag grip. Nets team is gross. They may be stuck in auto fade for the foreseeable future. My Phils. Oh, God. They're up 4-0. I was already like, oh, yeah, this is going to be great. Just in my mind thinking of sweep potential. Oh, we're going to go back to Philly up 2-0. What could go wrong? And then the bullpen came in and totally destroyed the game. Ended up losing 8-5. But I still like their chances for the series. Got 3 home games. Hey. Why not us, right? Next up, Georgia State. Oh my God. This one, I arguably was the most painful one. We had Georgia State. We had 10 points. We were up 14-0 with 10 points. How do we not come close to covering? That's insane. They end up losing 42-17. It was just a ton of errors. I was worried about App State's passing game, and that really wasn't the issue. It was just App State ran all over them, and then the fumbles. Georgia State fumbled 3 times. You lose 3 fumbles, you're not going to win, you're not going to cover. But, man, up 14, getting 10 points, and then they still didn't cover by 15 points. That's just incredible. When that happens, you know you're due. The gambling gods, you owe me, gambling gods. Hopefully we get some return favors by the gambling gods this tonight here on Thursday Night Football. Astros, only team that was good to me last night. -1.5 on the run line, 4-2 win over the Yanks. Love fading the Yanks. They were popping champagne. They had a game right around the corner. 17 strikeouts for the Yankees. It was a good game, though. I mean, there was some wild plays. I mean, Judge made a great diving catch. Couple solo home runs there for the Astros. I think there were 5 total in the game, which is crazy. I feel bad for people who took the over. I mean, 5 home runs, and you have the over 7. You think you're pretty good, but not the case. So Verlander and the Astros get the win, get the cover, go to 4-2. Hey, Friday. We got a football Friday. We will be doing a live AMA, just talking football, talking ball. Gonna figure out a way to give out a free bet. Again, just go to bettingpros.com/chat, hop in the Discord. Daily Juice is normally where I hang out in the channel. If you want to hit me up, ask me anything in between then. But yeah, Friday, 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock East. Hang in there and talk college, talk football, talk pro ball. And speaking of pro ball, you want a pro ball jersey, a.k.a. a Brandon Ayuk autographed jersey? Just go to youtube.com/bettingpros. Hit subscribe, comment on this video. You're automatically entered to win an autographed Brandon Ayuk jersey. It doesn't get any easier. All right, here we go. Got a few props. One crazy prop. They may cancel me for giving out that prop. Stay tuned. That's at the very end. First up, Juwan Johnson over 25.5 receiving yards, -130 over on DK. Cardinals are horrible against the tight end. The Cardinals defense have led up the most fantasy points to the tight end in the National Football League. You got no Adam Troutman. Juwan Johnson saw 78% of the snaps. I think he's going to get some looks. I know Olave's back, but they're still missing Thomas. They're still missing Landry. And I think if you're Arizona's defense, you do everything you can to stop Olave, stop Kamara. Make Taysom Hill and Juwan Johnson beat you. So I like the over here, though. Feels pretty makeable. And, coming off had in the 40s last week. Just a tight end specialist. Official tight end day, I think, is this weekend. So shout out to all the tight ends. You're listening to a former tight end, no big deal. Sure, third team alternate. We call it. There was a 3A and a 3B, but still, I was a tight end. Zach Ertz over 4.5 receptions, -130 on DK. Saints are actually okay against the tight end, but Ertz is just a volume machine. I'm not taking the yards because he's no yak Zach, so I'm going with just the receptions here. No Hollywood Brown. I know it's interesting because they're getting DK back, or DeAndre or DH. I'm going to make up a new nickname for him. They're getting Hopkins back, DeAndre Hopkins, but they lost Hollywood Brown, possibly for the season, at least for a while here. That opens up the middle of the field for Zach Ertz. And Zach Ertz, 5 games in a row with 6 catches or more. 4.5 feels very doable. He has a ton of chemistry with Kyler. Maybe they're on the same Modern Warfare clan. Where are we dropping, boys? Squad up. I'm not a gamer. Apologies. But I like making fun of Kyler for gaming. Gaming to the point where he's addicted and they have to monitor his 4 hours of homework like they're his parents. My buddy and partner on Sports Gambling Podcast, Kramer, was joking. It was like part of the contract. Hey, we get to like limit your Xbox time to like certain windows. Hey, only after school from like 4 to 5. All right, next up, speaking of one Kyler Murray, I'm taking his over on passing yards, over 246.5, -115 over on DK. Kind of chalky here, but the narrative with and without Hopkins is huge. In 10 games with the wideout, Murray's averaging 71.6 completion percentage, 278.2 passing yards, 19 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and a 106 passing rating. In 10 games without Hopkins, 64.9 completion percentage. Yards drop all the way down to 246.8. And then the TD ratio goes to 11.5, 84.9 on the passer rating. But just look at the yards. Like, that's a massive jump. And I think they're going to be able to pass on the Saints. Like, New Orleans isn't a great pass defense. They're 21st in the league in pass DVOA. Marshawn Lattimore is still out. I mean, the Saints let up 300 yards to Burrow at home without Lattimore. And I think, Kyler should have another good game here yards-wise. I know he's been up and down. I know he's been hot and cold. I think, though, this is his spot. So give me the over. What it's at, 246.5. That feels like a good number. For the game itself, give me the Cards, -2. I'm going, you can get that over on Caesars. I'm going 2 units on here. This is like, I don't want to bet on either team, but this is a gambling show. I got to give you a pick for Thursday night. Rookie head coaches are 8-20 against the spread on Thursday Night Football. Now, Dennis Allen, not technically a rookie head coach, but last his actual rookie year was pre-Thursday Night Football, so I think he's going to count for that. Something is just off with the Saints team. Maybe it's the injuries. Maybe it's the quarterback carousel. Saints have already ruled out Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry, already mentioned Lattimore, Andrews Pete, their offensive guard, who's pretty good, Adam Troutman. They're just insanely banged up, and they struggle to pressure the quarterback. Saints are 28th in pressure rate. We saw what happened with the Cincinnati Bengals. Like, you don't have to have a great offensive line if you can get enough time back there. Kyler's going to find D-Hop. He's going to be able to move the ball. I know Chris Olave is back for the Saints, but I don't know. I don't know if he's 100%. And there's real issues with the quarterbacks. Now, by all accounts, it sounds like Andy Dalton is going to be the starter. It's not official yet. Both him and Jameis were limited during the week, and now their injury designations are off. But then Dennis Allen was quoted saying, hey, let's wait till Jameis is really healthy. To me, I said, okay, I think they're gonna ride it out with one more game with Dalton. I think they want to see what they have with Dalton before they go back to Jameis. Maybe we see some Taysom Hill. I just think their offense is pretty out of sync, and I just don't think their defense is that good. Like, I don't know what it is about their defensive line. You used to be able to rely on them to get some pressure, get some sacks, just not there. And then missing Lattimore, I think it's just too much for the Saints to overcome on the road on the short week. And again, I like that rookie head coaches. And then again, Dennis Allen, not technically rookie head coach. Don't be that guy on Twitter. Oh, he says rookie, but actually, come on, don't be that guy. And most of the people that listen to the show aren't that guy. There's a couple of people that are that guy. And if you come at me, if your first interaction with me ever is to like, bust my balls, I might bust them back. It's all fair game. Hey, I teased a long shot prop that may get me thrown off this show. What about this, guys? You know I like Juwan Johnson. You know that the Cardinals are horrible against the tight end. In fact, they've let up 504 receiving yards. Again, another reason why I like Juwan Johnson. But I'd say Juwan Johnson is a pretty good game. What are we looking at? Maybe he gets a touchdown. That's plus 350 for one touchdown, anytime touchdown. I like that. You know what I like more? Juwan Johnson to have 2 touchdowns, 30-1. Hey, it's a long shot, but then what do I know? I'm a gambler. Let's go. Juwan Johnson, 2 touchdowns, 30-1. It's a fun long shot. So we got that going over on DK. I almost said Saints. Cardinals, -2 for 2 units over on Caesars. Kyler Murray over passing yards, 246.5, -115 on DK. Zach Ertz over 4.5 receptions, -130. And, of course, Juwan Johnson over 25.5 receiving yards. It's a tight end game, guys. And DeAndre Hopkins and the passing yards. Hey, bet $10, get $200 in free bets if either team scores a touchdown. Hopefully, Juwan Johnson is that guy. BetMGM. Promo code JUICE. Follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Follow me on Twitter at Sean T. Green. Check out my other podcast. It's called the Sports Gambling Podcast. You can't miss it if you know how to Google, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys do. You know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride.